The Spanish media interacted with the upcoming Al-Ahly and Real Madrid match in the semi-finals of the Club World Cup, after the Red Genie qualified after defeating American Seattle in the second round. Al-Ahly reached the semi-finals of the Club World Cup for the third time in a row, after overcoming the American champion in the quarter-finals. To reply, Al-Ahly had reached the semi-finals of the Club World Cup after defeating Auckland City in the opening round, where it defeated its New Zealand counterpart by 3 goals without a response, and in the quarter-finals against the American Seattle Sounders, Al-Ahly won with a clean goal signed by its star Magdi Afsha. Wednesday's confrontation between the champion of the Horn of Africa and the champion of the European century will be the first official match between them, after the friendly confrontation that brought them together 22 years ago in 2001, when Al-Ahly defeated Real Madrid with a clean goal. Al-Ahly, the great king of Africa, will be Real Madrid's next competitor on Wednesday, the newspaper, Marca, said about the Al-Ahly and Real Madrid meeting. The Spanish newspaper described Al-Ahly club as the great king of Africa, crowned with 10 African Champions League titles, and which meets Spanish Real Madrid in the semi-finals of the Club World Cup. The newspaper indicated that Al-Ahly will get an additional day of rest compared to its rival Real Madrid, who is playing an important match, on Sunday afternoon, away from home against Real Mallorca in the Spanish League, while it dealt with the nature of the Red Giants' victory in the second round. And she added, Seattle Sounders were better on the field, but they were unable to create clear chances against the Egyptian champions, while the African Kings advanced after decisive changes and thanks to Mohamed Magdi Afsha's goal. While the Spanish newspaper, AS, said, Al-Ahly meets Real Madrid. And the newspaper wrote in its report on Al-Ahly's victory, after a battle in which respect prevailed in the search for the grand prize against Real Madrid, Al-Ahly fans were, to some extent, with a large dose of luck, one of the most euphoric in Cairo. The newspaper added, Al-Ahly relied on counter-attacks and was almost involved in the beginning with a mistake by its goalkeeper Al-Shenawi, and later the entry of Mohamed Sharif activated the Pharaohs and Afsha scored a golden goal in the 88th minute, so Al-Ahly met Real Madrid in the semi-finals. We conclude with the Spanish newspaper, Mundo Deportivo, which said, Al-Ahly will face Real Madrid in the semi-finals. The newspaper indicated that Al-Ahly snatched a victory with a deadly and dramatic goal near the end, with Afsha's foot, and will face an exciting challenge against Real Madrid, the historical champion of the competition with 4 titles. The newspaper described the descent of Afsha as a substitute for his colleague Hamdi Fathi in the 63rd minute as the turning point in Al-Ahly's level, and gave the team a real impetus towards achieving victory, and added, the match was largely equal, but the American team paid the price of the reservation sums over the course of 90 minutes and was unable his coach to deal with him. It is noteworthy that the Al-Ahly match against Real Madrid in the Club World Cup semi-finals will take place on Wednesday, February 8, 2023, and the match will start at 9 o'clock in the evening Cairo local time, 10 o'clock Mecca Al-Mukarrama time.